scholar. Welcome to Vega Achievers Educational Limited, presenting Rare Tutors, your trusted support for brain friendly, high impact learning. Today, we are learning about how to use context without overdoing it, avoiding the history essay trap. What is context? Context is the background that helps you understand the text better. It's not just facts, it's about how those facts help explain meaning. Context includes the time period, e.g., Elizabethan England, Victorian society, the writer's ideas or values, the audience beliefs at the time, the social or political issues that influence the text. Then your goal. Use context to support your analysis, not to replace it. The history essay trap. Many students start essays like this. In Shakespeare's time, people believed in fate. Shakespeare was born in 1564 and Queen Elizabeth I was on the throne. This wastes time and doesn't answer the question. The examiner wants to know how the context helps you understand the story, characters, or theme, not when the author was born. The golden rule, context should explain meaning. Ask yourself, how does this background information help me help me understand the writer's message or the character's behavior? Example 1. This is weak. In Elizabethan England, women had few rights. The better way of saying that, because women had few rights in Elizabethan England, Shakespeare presents Juliet as brave for challenging her parents' authority. Example 2, which is also weak. The play was written in 1600s when witches were compared. Better way of doing that is, since people in 1600 believed witches were real and dangerous, Shakespeare's audience would have feared the witches' influence over Macbeth. The second version links context directly to the text meaning. Use the context sandwich technique. To keep your essay focused, follow this pattern: quote, explanation, context, effect. Here's an example. Macbeth says, "Star hide your fires, let not light see my black and deep desires." This shows that he's tempted by ambition but knows it's wrong. In Shakespeare's time, people believed that ambition could lead to moral downfall and damnation. Therefore, the audience would see Macbeth as dangerous and sinful. See how context add meaning instead of distracting from it. The 10-second context test. After writing a context sentence, ask, if I remove this sentence, would my paragraph still make sense? If yes, cut it. That means it's not needed. If no, keep it because it's helping your argument. Keep it short, sharp, and relevant. Aim for 1 to 2 sentences of context per paragraph and always link it back to a quote or the writer's purpose. Example, Dickens shows how poverty affects families in A Christmas Carol, reflecting the real struggles of the poor in Victorian London. Types of context you can use. Historical example, in Victorian era, poor children often worked long hours, which explain why Dickens focuses on child suffering. Social, because women were expected to obey men, Shakespeare makes Desdemona's independence shocking. Cultural, the idea of fate was central to Greek tragedy, which inspired Shakespeare's view of destiny in Romeo and Juliet. Biographical, likely. As a social reformer, Dickens wanted to show that kindness can transform society. Example paragraph on perfect balance. Shakespeare presents Macbeth as deeply ambitious when he says, "I have no spur to prick the sight of my intent." It shows he knows his ambition is dangerous. Because the play was written at a time when people believed the king was chosen by God, Macbeth's desire to kill Duncan would seem shocking. Shakespeare uses this context to warn against disobeying moral and divine order. The focus stays on analysis. Context simply supports it. Top tip. First, use context to explain, not to show off knowledge. Second, link it directly to a quote or idea. Third, keep it short and relevant, no long history lessons. Fourth, avoid biography unless it clearly affects meaning. Fifth, always end with how it affects the audience reaction or the writer's purpose. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.